Okay. Okay. So here we go. Good evening and welcome back once again to my Frankly Speaking with Franca. You're welcome. So, if you are seeing me here, it means that I'm back again. So, we had so much fun and I am back. A lot of people have been watching this and it's great. So, you're welcome back once again. And wherever you're viewing me, you're welcome. So, Frankly Speaking with Franca is a show where people send me questions and I ask them practical living questions and we discuss here. So, you can send your own questions, I will get to answer it. So, this is interesting, it's been interesting. And if you've missed my other past episodes, please go and find them and watch. It's very, very interesting. So, I am Professor Franca, and I am here to read out all those questions that people have asked me that they didn't actually know how to ask, or some of them are don't know how to ask it and they bring it here. And I ask, and then we try to solve that problem. And people actually learn from it. That is the whole idea. It must not happen to you before you can learn from it. So this is what I bring. And this is one of the segments of what I do on my platform, which is Frankly Speaking with Franca. Like I said, you're welcome. And I introduce myself. I am Professor Franca, and I've been married for over 34 years. And I've have 5 children with my husband, and they're amazing children. So, and I've got that experience. I've done several things in my life. I've worked in top companies, FTC 100 companies. I've worked in 2 of them, and I've worked in another corporate company, and I've been in academics and for over 16 years. And I've come out, I am running my own business. I am in real estate, running my own property investment and management business. And I've been, I've done a lot of things. So I've got the experience to talk. So you're hearing from somebody that have experienced a lot of things, and I'm still doing right now, and I'm doing public diplomacy as well. So you're welcome. So this is a bit of introduction of myself so that you know who is talking to you. So, like I said, let's get in and start the first question. So you're welcome. So today, the first question I will ask, or somebody asked, is this. I hope I can find it. Right, so from a minute, hang in there. Yeah, there you go. It says, Dear Prof, I seem to be broke almost immediately after payday. My salary comes in, I pay a few things, and suddenly the money is gone. By the middle of the month, I'm stressed. I don't understand where it all goes. Please help me. Yeah. So this person is living paycheck to paycheck practically. So he works very hard and they pay the money. They pay him the salary. And immediately the salary goes. Have we all been there? We have all been there. Yes, we have all been there. When we don't know financial literacy, we'll be in this trap. It's a trap. That's what I call it. It's a trap. But when you know financial literacy, you will free yourself from it. But it requires discipline. Very big. It's going to be hard, but it requires discipline. So to deal with this situation that this person, in fact, a lot of people are in this category. They may not admit it. Most people are in this category. You work so hard, and at the end of the month, they pay you salary, and it's gone. Before you know it, it's gone. I mean, it demotivates, because at the end of the day, you need to show something for the work you're going. Because sometimes When this salary disappears, you're asking yourself, what am I even doing this work for? And you're going to keep going because you need the next salary. So if you find yourself in this situation, you need to do something drastic. There are two things you can do. First of all is to increase your income, increase your earning. The second one is to decrease your earning. So two things in this situation. If your salary is not enough, and as soon as it gets in, it's gone. You're not alone. It happens to almost everybody until you sit down and do a mature talk with yourself. It does not matter what the salary is. It doesn't mean low earner or high earner. Most people, in fact, most people, when they earn high, the spending increases because all of a sudden you remember all the things you have to do. So the thing is this: whatever salary you're earning, I'm not saying low or high, it doesn't matter. The fact is that your salary, they have paid you for those who are working. Or even if you are doing business, the profit that you have earned. And at the end of the day, it comes in through here, it goes out through here. And you are stuck because you don't even know where it has gone. But you know your money have run out in middle of the month, and this person is stressed. Stress means 2 weeks before the payday is still coming. And what can they do by then? So what you do is you sit yourself down and make a big budget and stick to it. When people hear budget, think budget is a big thing. Everybody does budget. Countries, everybody, companies. You need to do a budget. You need to run your home or your environment like a company. You need to be in positive in order to have the energy to carry on. So what you do is you track your spending for the whole month, because a little money here and there, if you say maybe £1 coffee or £2 coffee or however much they're selling it, or even in whatever currency you're buying your drinks. Every day you buy that coffee, every day. Some people form it as a habit, even as they're going to work, they just grab £3.50, £4, whatever amount it counts. During break, they rush, grab another maybe £12 lunch here and there. And for dinner, they now have a big dinner and it carries on. And you don't blame them. Some of them are stressed. The job is already stressed, so they need to look after themselves. But if your money finishes at the end of the month, you need to have a heart-to-heart talk with yourself. You're not deceiving anybody. You have to talk with yourself. You know your salary. You know how much is left at the end of the month. Yeah. And I can tell you that it's very, very disheartening to earn money and before the end of the month is run out and you're still going to that job and you're now desperate. But if you're able to organize yourself and save some money, going to work becomes joy because you have something to show for it. Your account is buoyant. You have the energy. And not only do you have the energy, you have the energy to think of something else you can be doing by the side. Because what happens is that when your money runs out at half month, you're already stressed. You're in a stress mode. And if you're in a stress mode, you cannot think. You are desperate, you're stressed, you're looking for who to borrow money from, and it becomes a cyclic, stressful journey because you borrow money this month to cover up the deficit. By the time they pay you, you're already in deficit because you have to pay back who you borrowed money for. Even if you're in overdraft, you have to pay back. So it becomes a cyclic, stressful life. So monthly pay is nothing. You're not even looking forward to it because it's going to go. I tell you a story. I think my husband told me this story when we first got married, and whenever I remember it, it makes me laugh. So the story is this. There was this gentleman in those days when 100 naira was a thing. This was in Nigeria. Those of you that are watching me, I'm from Nigerian descent, so I use Nigeria. It's a lovely place. So he told me that this gentleman, on the payday, which was end of the month, when they give him, I think he was working, whatever the person was doing, they will give him 100 naira. When 100 naira was money, they said that the pay will be 100 naira. And this gentleman will take the 100 naira and put in his pocket. The whole pay, the whole pay, to collect his whole salary and put it in his pockets. And he will start spending from there. And within 1 week or two, the whole money is run out. But it's had fun. And for the remaining 1 week, he's drinking Gary or something like that. So he doesn't, that was his life. He goes, whenever he's paid, he puts his salary in the pocket. You know, there are some shares that have pocket. He puts his salary there, carries a big stereo. There was this stereo that was running in those days. You carry a massive stereo, blasting music and enjoying himself because he wanted to enjoy his money that he has worked for. It doesn't matter if he finishes within 2 days. So this was happening in those days. Obviously, this person is not thinking of investment. He's not thinking of savings. He doesn't really care. So I'm just making that analogy to think that some people know how to enjoy their money. Of course, this person will not be stressed until that money finishes in 2 weeks. And he suddenly remember, hey, my salary is gone. I better go and drink Gary and find out how to finish the rest of the month, obviously living on borrowed terms. But that is a joke. Jokes apart, in order to make meaning of your life, you need to have a structure. You need to have a structure. This person doesn't have a pay problem. What he has is a structural problem. And structural problem means sitting down, analyzing, getting a spreadsheet even, and checking exactly what comes in and what goes out. Because this requires a drastic action. Because if you find yourself in a situation where you're living paycheck to paycheck, believe you me, you need a drastic overhaul. Because it means that you have steady money that's going out every month that you cannot help. You have commitments that must go out that you can't change. Maybe bills or whatever you have committed yourself. You cannot change those amounts. That is why the money finishes. There are some money you cannot change because they're already there. If it's maybe you bought some things on high purchase or whatever that are dripping every month, by the time the money comes and everything is gone. So luckily, this person hasn't said that he's in debt. It's just that the money is gone and is stressed, which is a very tricky situation to be in. So what you do is this. Get a paper. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. This is what you do. This is what everybody does. I'm telling you now. Then you write out the biggest outgoing should be your rent or mortgage or whatever. You put that down. Your fooding, your transportation, the essential things. You write out the essential things that you're spending every month. Those that you cannot do without, you write them down. Then you write the optional things. Then of course you have to have saving. But because the person is living paycheck to paycheck, you need to minimize the income. I mean, the outgoing before the savings can come in. And you see all the frivolous things. Maybe if you are taking coffee every day or sandwich at work or whatever, or eating out, you reduce them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong in cutting your coat for some time to get yourself in a financial situation. Because you see, what people don't understand is that when you have financial security, you feel happier. You take better decisions. You're not desperate. And to get to that, you need to do something drastic. Yes. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. So you need to do something drastic in order to get to that level where you are now having financial stability. You have to start somewhere. You need to do sacrifice. Everybody did it. If you do not do that sacrifice, you will not get to that level. And that sacrifice is, today I'm not going to take any coffee. I'm going to collect from home if you are going to work. Today I'm going to go with packed lunch. Today I'm going to eat at home. I will stop eating out for some time. Maybe if you were eating out every 2 days, maybe you now say perhaps every month, because you still need to enjoy your money. So that you get yourself to a financial place where it's not stressing you out. The reason why I made that analogy of that guy that was putting his salary in the pocket, his situation was not stressing him out. That was the analogy I made. His situation, he wanted to be spending his money. He doesn't care about saving. He just wants to live his life. So in that case, it's okay. He finishes. But this person, the money is stressing him out. The lack of money at the middle of the month. So this is why you are going to do what I'm telling you now, which is make a budget. If you don't make a budget, you won't know what you're spending. And if you don't know what is happening, if you don't know where you're going, you get there, you pass it, or you don't even know where, you won't even get there. So the first and foremost thing, it doesn't matter if you're family together or you're living alone. Call your spouse, you guys make a budget and stick to it. Stick to it. You will see the difference. You will see the difference. By the time you now make out a saving, they said 5 to 10% in savings. Then you start doing investment. That is how to free yourself from the rat race. Otherwise, you keep toiling and toiling and toiling. And after some years, you're wondering what. And that's why some people wonder what's the purpose of life? Is it just to get up, go to work, get up, go to work, and come? Nothing. What is the meaning of that? But the whole idea of work is to give you the enabling environment to actually enjoy your life. That is just it. With financial discipline, you earn your money, you spend wisely, then you can use it to better your life in something meaningful. If it is holiday, if it is investment, if it's to build a house, to stop paying rent, whatever it is, the end goal is to start earning passively, that you no longer need to be running about chasing salary. That is just the main thing, to free yourself from the rat race. And how to do that is by having financial discipline. Financial discipline. Financial discipline means you look at something and you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to spend that. Yes, even if you have a project, you need to have financial discipline. That is the only way you can do it. I did financial discipline when we got married newly. My husband called me, look, this is how much we need to be spending. This is how much, because this is what we're going to do. And I maintained it because I wanted to free myself. I don't want to be going to work every day because I wanted to free myself from, that is, I'm going to work because I want to go to work. Not because I'm desperate for it, because you need to suffer that. Suffer that means, look, cut down all spending, cut it down. If you don't do that, it will be difficult. Everybody will do. They won't tell you, but I'm telling you now. You need to sacrifice something in order to get to where you're. Some people call it delayed gratification, but it does work. If you blow your salary every month, you'll be running stress. You'll be running stress. Before you know, inflation will catch up with you and you're not young. So that is why some people seem to be enjoying, why some people seem to be suffering. Two people earning the same salary. One is making side business. That side thing you're doing. That side business or side thing you're doing is the money you have saved from the main thing you're doing. Took you to the side thing you're doing. And that side thing you're doing makes all the difference, because the main income will, do your life, fund your lifestyle. And that side thing you're doing will make you rich. That side thing you're doing will start to a big business or a big investment by the side, because the salary is already tailored to fund your lifestyle, which is why people who are partners, husband and wife or spouses, when they come together, they make it better. They make it better because one income is already funding the lifestyle, and the other income is funding the business or the what do you call it, the investments or whatever. So that is the thing. So this is what I'm going to say. I might have to do another video on this because it's something that needs deeper talking about. So what we do is do a budget, stick to that budget. Don't listen to anybody. People might say, oh, you're not going out anymore. You know what you're looking for. Oh, your spending is low. You know what you're looking for. Because they don't know what you are going to do. They don't know your main point, which is to reduce debt, be in good financial space, remove stress from your life. But you need to sacrifice. You need to sacrifice. Sacrifice means reduce going out, reduce expenditure that is not necessary, reduce all these things, and within 2 months or 6 months, between 2 to 6 months, you've got a cushion. And you see, one thing with when you start having money in your account, you start feeling good. You start feeling good because you're now knowing what you're feeling, this is what I'm doing and this is the result. So this is what I'm going to tell that person, is to hang in there, discipline yourself, do spending. All the frivolous spendings, reduce them. Just do essential spending. Cook more in the house, and you see. And if after all this and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, it means that something is wrong somewhere. It means that perhaps your rental or your mortgage is too much. If it's a mortgage, well, you are stuck until it reduces. If it's rent, I will advise you to move to somewhere cheaper. somewhere cheaper so that you can free yourself from the rat race we're talking about. You move to somewhere cheaper. And that way you're able to save. Because if after doing all the things I've said and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, you need to check which of your capital spending that is making your income low. Then you move. Because there's something that I used to tell people. There are two things you're in charge of that can take money, which is school fees for those who have children and rent. And you don't need to be crying doing those two things. It's something that you're doing with joy. If you're crying paying your children's school fees, they're in the wrong schools. If you're crying paying your rent, you're in the wrong neighborhood. It's as simple and short as that. Life shouldn't be so stressful. It should not be so stressful that you are not living what life's supposed to be. Anybody who knows my shoes, I'm talking of good life. And good life means being where you're supposed to be to enjoy that life that we're living now, not stress from beginning. Some people are stressed from birth to death. That's not good. You need to be able to be free to enjoy what the essence of the life we're living, whatever it is. But some people, because of showing off, keeping up appearances, they are too stressed, overstressed, because they're living where they're not supposed to be living. Their children are going to school they're not supposed to be going. They're doing things they're not, and therefore life is overstressed. But if you cut your coats according to your size, you enjoy your life. The little time we have to spend here, you enjoy it. And then you discipline your children, they will still be great. Children don't like to see parents who are stressed, fighting, maybe arguing all the time because of no money. They will grow up thinking they're poor. And it makes their psychology even lower. But many children who grew up in a loving home with food on the table, without stress, without the crying every night, there's no food, because people have cut their code according to their sizes. Those children flourish better. They're not hearing the parents arguing, crying that they don't have money. Those children actually feel that they're richest. That's the psychology people don't understand. Because home is comfortable. There is no stress in the home. Therefore, they grow up feeling great within themselves and they eventually make it. And once their income is increasing, obviously be elevating yourself small. What I'm against is the stress, because the person have gone to where they're not supposed to be and stressing all the time. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I think I've done justice to that particular topic. The next topic is this. Hope I can say it. Okay, so this one says, let me see. I can see some of them are too. Just bear with me. I think I'll get a better way to be getting it out. I think I saw that question. I remember. Oh, what was it? Anyway, I think I remember that question. I can find it now. Right, I think I remember that question. That question was about 50-50. 50-50. I think the person was asking me about, it says he's earning, he has a partner, and the person is insisting on them sharing the bills 50-50. I think that's what it is. I can't remember the exact way they wrote it. So that's what I'm trying to see if I can find it. Just bear with me. Let me see how they wrote it. I think I'll get a better way to get it out next time. Because that was an interesting question, because I selected it to... Yes, I've seen it. Good. So it says, my partner and I, dear Prof, my partner and I both work. He believes we should split everything 50-50. Rent, bills, groceries. I earn slightly less than he does, but he says equality means equal contribution. I feel uncomfortable, but is this being unreasonable? Should relationship be 50-50? Yeah, so 50-50. That is, personally, I will say, I don't come from a culture where 50-50 is a thing. I will say it right off. I don't come from a culture where 50-50 is a thing. And there's a reason why that. Because where we are coming from, the economy is not structured, which is Nigeria, where I'm coming from. The economy is not structured in a way where a man and a woman will be doing 50-50. Let me just say that straight off. But when you go to the Western countries, you find that the economy is structured in a way where one might say that 50-50 might be a thing. But that is not where I'm going. I don't advocate 50-50 for the mere fact that the two incomes might never be equal. But if the two income is equal, partners can talk about it. Because at the end of the day, 50-50 is about what is behind 50-50. Because you're asking yourself, is my partner generous? Is my partner going to look after me? That is why people don't like hearing 50-50. Because 50-50 has a meaning behind it. It has a bigger meaning behind it. It's not just about 50-50, which is what this person is now saying here. She's worried. And many people who have moved, let's say, come here, and they say 50-50. But then when you look at it, the society, let me talk about the Western countries. For example, the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is a two-person economy. If you live alone, you will suffer. If you're alone to pay the bills, you suffer. But if you have a partner, be it a wife or husband or a spouse, a partner, you find out that life is better, which is why it's a two-person economy. A two-person economy means two people living together in a home and going to work and coming home and building that home. They make money better, easier, because let me give you an example. In the UK, there is minimum wage. That is minimum wage. I don't know what the minimum wage is now, but minimum wage of whatever, that is the lowest you can earn. Whether you're a man or a woman, there's that minimum wage. So whatever job you are doing, you already have that minimum wage. You see why it's a two-person economy. Imagine if one person is earning that minimum wage and paying all these bills, they will suffer. But if your partner is also working and you are now having the two income, you're better off. But when you start having children, it's not that the thing changes again, which is why I said 50-50 is not really a thing. I think 50-50 in a home is not a thing. It's not a thing I will advocate for, because it's a home and everything is done with common sense. That is how I put it. Everything is done with common sense. Some partner could be earning 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month. Some people, so the other partner might be earning 3,000 a month. Does it mean that they will now be doing 50-50? The answer is no. But 50-50 means, I will understand in these cases, if the partner is saying you must do 50-50, you need to have a talk, a word with the partner. You have to sit down and talk honestly. What is behind the 50-50? Is it that people are not trusting each other? Because that's where the 50-50 comes. If you are running a home and you have a heart-to-heart with your spouse, I don't think 50-50 should come into it, because you are transparent. People do 50-50 when they are not transparent, when they feel that somebody else is siphoning the money to what they don't understand, and they will now say, I pay this, can you pay this? It's never really happened in my own home, so I don't know what 50-50 is. But I hear it, and I understand what they mean by that. And I know that 50-50 will not work in a home, because a woman will get pregnant, have children, breastfeed and do that. But the time the woman is not working, where is the 50-50? That is what I'm saying, that 50-50 does not work in a home. But if people are still kind of maybe trying to form a relationship, they can say 50-50. And they're trying to understand each other. That is when they say 50-50. So I want people to understand this 50-50 business. people are trying to be on their best behavior and saying, okay, we're going to do this base 50-50 because that's still trying to know each other. When they actually espouse and running a home, I don't think 50-50 comes into it, because it's a home people are running. We are running a home. Therefore, who has brains? And you make a budget for the home and say, some people might say, I know some families, the man does all the big investment, maybe house, pay rent, pay everything, and the woman just uses her money to feed the home. Some people do it like that. The man does not want to know what the woman is earning. And there's nothing wrong with that. You say, it's your salary for feeding. I don't care how much it is, because the man probably has money. Some men don't want to know what their women are earning at all and at all. They just give them money for food. That is still okay. They still give them upkeep allowance. And some, it is the woman that is actually earning higher. So what happens there? The woman still gives the man money. There's no fast rule here, hard and fast rule. Every one of them is okay. Just run your home. Don't look at your neighbor. Just run your home the way you want your home to be. I actually wrote a book where I said a happy marriage is a balanced equation. Marriage has no formula. Yes, and I'm repeating it here. Marriage has no formula. Anybody that comes to tell you that do it this way, don't follow how your mother lived their own. No, I am not following how my mother lived her own life. My children are not going to follow how I live my own life, because every generation is different. Every generation is different. So, and don't look at your neighbor or sister. Marriage has no formula. I'm telling you now. Marriage and relationship has no formula. It's all down to the personalities of the individual there. And when you listen to what I'm saying now, you can understand that some people might do 50-50, might actually work for them. If they're earning this equal amount, they can decide this is what we want to do, 50-50, working for us. No problem. It works for them. So because it's working for A does not mean it's going to work for B. Like this lady now that's writing this, she's earning less than her husband and she's feeling hard done by, because she's not earning enough and the man is insisting on 50-50. So in that case, you have to look at what is actually the background issue. Is it trust? Is it the man is not generous? What is the actual thing? So that is where you need to talk, have that conversation to check the root cause of the 50-50, because any reasonable person will not be doing 50-50 with a spouse that is earning less. That is my answer to that. So 50-50 does not work if you are not earning equally. And if you're earning equally, you need to sit down and decide who brings what to the home so that you can be useful to yourself. I've already said in my previous show that when couples match I don't mean match like bring every income and match together. When people know where the financial situation of the home is, they are more successful. They are more successful, better financial position. People have problem in the home when everybody's hiding what they're earning. When people are hiding what they're earning, they are stressed. They are very, very stressed, I'm telling you. What to do in a home is this. Be upfront. As soon as you're getting married, be upfront with your partner. See, we open a joint account. I'm going to have my own account. You're not hiding it. I'm going to have my own, whereby I spend it how I want. Whatever amount you can say, so amount every month, I put it here. I spend it. It doesn't matter whether it's billions or millions or hundreds. This is just a principle, like a basic math. This is how much I want. I don't want to come to you for everything that I want. It removes financial abuse. From get-go, you have that conversation. And this is what we need to do to better our family. Do investment, have that conversation upfront. Because why it says have it upfront is that when people are, say, cutting each other, people can talk freely. There is no problem. The problem is when you start a habit and people now want to start changing it. It's look as if this person has changed. But if from the get-go you say, look, this is what I want. This is how we're going to do it. You find that the person tends to say, okay, because everybody's eager to get on with the relationship. And this is, you have your own financial independence in the sense you have your own account. This is how much I want in my account. This is how much in your own account. The two parties, so that everybody's happy. Without your personal account, you can spend it how you want. You can even still save and still bring. But make sure you have an account where nobody is asking you how you are spending it. And that is by having an honest conversation with your spouse. You are not hiding it. Because the problem many people have is that they're living in a home. A home is supposed to be where you are free. That's why you have your own home. And they're hiding inside the home. Why? They're not free in their home because they're hiding finances. And I ask, why? If you are going to work and making money, you shouldn't be hiding it. That is your job you are doing. And your spouse should know how much you're earning. You don't need to know exact if you don't want to. Some people can say exact. Some people earn money and give their partner the card. Give them the card. And that's the trick my husband used on me. Not trick. When we first got my job, got the whole card, gave it to me. See everything I have there. You have it. If you want us to be rich, you are the one spending it. And that's what happened. So I know exactly what is in the home. I didn't have a choice. Just gave me the whole card, everything. Take. If you want to finish it one day, it's up to you. If you want to finish it 2 days, it's up to you. And what happened? It made me financially that is, I am the one that we're not going to spend this one today. Let us do this one. As soon as he said, let's do this project, I said, okay, when are we doing it? What time? That is our own method. It worked for us. And because of that, we're in tune. And when I started work, I have my own money. And then I say, okay, let's do this one. He will now say, let's do this. I said, fine, because he already carried me along, told me where he was going. And I complimented it, basically. And when he's tired, I said, no, we're going to finish this project. We must finish it. And the result is that today, financial independence we have. I don't need to do any work whatsoever. Because of the way he carried me along, he didn't hide anything. I am the one that's spending it. But if he was hiding his salary, I could wonder and say, I want this because I don't know what is there. I want that. Or if he said, let's do this project, I would say no because I want my own money. And eventually, won't build anything. Won't have anything. So that is the thing. So I'm not saying it's the best. It's up to you what you do with your spouse. Just have a talk about it and agree. That's all I'm saying. Agree. If you say 50-50, agree. If you say this person bring this percentage, many young people now, things have changed because I think life has got tougher. Some people say, I'll bring 30%, you bring 40% or 50%. It is okay, but have a talk about it so that nobody is confused what is happening. Nobody is confused. If you say, I want to start business, you do the business. If you say, I want to continue to do work, you do work. What I don't subscribe to is somebody not having a personal money that they can use anytime they want. Or they have to be taking permission, to collect that money anytime they want. It leads to financial abuse. So I think that is that. So that's also a 50-50. Wow. So many people have joined today. So thank you so much, everyone. Everybody that's joined, you're welcome. So I think we've done enough for today, and I'm going to call it a day because I normally do like 40 minutes. So keep writing me, and I'm enjoying this. Keep writing me, and if you have anything you want me to discuss, you put it here and we discuss it. Put it here and we discuss it. It's nice. It's a free talk. And once in a while, I can call you up to say your own opinion eventually. So many people have joined me, and I want to say a very big thank you to everybody that have joined me. And at the point, I didn't know I was going to do the show today because there was so much sun, so we had to go and enjoy the sun. So I had to rush back to now continue the show. So thank you so much to everybody that have joined. You're welcome. So come back tomorrow. So let's see what we're going to discuss. Share this video, comments, and then all that. Thank you so much to all those people that have joined, and see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. And I'm going to log off now. It's been nice seeing all of you. Thank you.